Windstorm.
I looked up to find that my neighbor's roof was completely torn off.
From property damage and down power lines to fallen trees, the wind is wreaking havoc on the city. And expedited teaching certificates.
We want our children to learn from the best minds our province has to offer.
Details on the province's plan to get more professionals in classrooms. Plus, lots of people in the spirit for the Calgary Expo.
I am Super Mario with the golden wrench and the water pipe. I figured it was appropriate this year.
A look at the economic impacts of this growing event.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Jacqueline Wilson.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. A wind warning is now over for Calgary, but during the storm, trees were knocked down, building material were scattered everywhere, and garbage was tossed about. Tyler Barrow reports.
Wind damage has swept through the city, wreaking havoc on homes, blowing over bins, and knocking down power lines. Here in the northeast Rundle neighborhood, much of a home's roof was shredded by the severe wind. One neighbor just getting out of the shower as it happened.
Looked out the window and saw lumber and couldn't figure out what was going on. I looked up to find that my neighbor's roof was completely torn off.
Fire crews responded to 225 wind-related calls. No injuries were reported. Gusts reaching up to 90 kilometers an hour, knocking over this tower in the Sunridge London Drugs parking lot. Half of this vehicle's roof gone. And here's this bad bounce, as a trampoline was blown off a property by the heavy gusts, while airline passengers were just hoping for a smooth landing.
Quite bumpy coming through, lots of drops forwards and up and downs and what have you.
Rough flight, like all the way here, like once we got into the Alberta border. But landing was definitely very rough.
No flights were impacted by strong winds, according to airport officials. Here at the Peace Bridge, the windy weather kept many at home. Some wouldn't let it get to them.
I'm cold, but it's good fun. That's why I keep running, so I won't hang about. It's great.
As some homes suffered significant damage, the Insurance Bureau of Canada says this is the start of severe weather season, and wind is covered.
Over the next few days, if you do have damage, reach out to your insurance provider, start that claims process so they can get an adjuster assigned.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
Well, the same system impacting Calgary is hitting northern Alberta and closed major highways. RCMP say around 300 vehicles are stranded on the highway to Fort McMurray. Vehicles have been stuck in the drifts, ditches, and behind Jack semis since yesterday evening. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
It's 8:15 in the morning. We've been here now for about 12-13 hours.
Deep snowdrifts surround a line of traffic stretching into the distance on Highway 63 south of Fort McMurray. Hundreds of people caught in a spring snowstorm that hit Thursday evening.
Just north of Wandering River around 5:36, the weather just turned completely for the worse. It was full whiteout conditions.
People like Judith Awascu are tired and frustrated by a lack of information on what they should do and when help will arrive.
Been making phone calls and sending text messages and trying to get a hold of somebody or anybody to give us some answers.
Most of the traffic is stuck near Mariana Lake, about 100 kilometers south of Fort McMurray. Highway 63 and Highway 881 were closed for most of the day. Drivers doing their best to stay warm, fed, and informed without running out of gas, aided by McMurray locals who jumped into action.
We put it on Facebook, that's where we're going to meet, and people start coming, truck after truck, truck after truck. And then at 2 a.m., we hit the road.
Mohammed Terrapin's group loaded up with pizzas from a local joint that kept its kitchen open and gas cans to help.
It took us 2 hours and a half to get to Mariana Lake. And when we got there, man, it was like a disaster.
Highway 63 and 881 remain impassable due to dangerous storm conditions.
Around 1:20, roughly 20 hours after the first vehicles got stuck, the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo posted this video update from RCMP and issued a press release advising the public about a coordinated response that had been active in the background since early in the morning.
Outside the boundaries of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, but there are residents So this morning we got down and got kind of caught up to what's actually going on. We deployed, there's a fleet of tow trucks heading south.
Tow trucks, plows, and other heavy equipment on their way from both directions. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News.
Danielle, I still can't get over just how powerful this system that you've been talking about. I mean, stories across the province about what it's done.
Yeah, it's an impressive system for sure. And, for Calgary specifically, it was mainly the gusts with a little bit of snow mixed into that. Outside of the city, though, it was maybe the gusts a little less excessive, but more snow mixed into it and zero visibility in some spots. So it was quite a day. That's the worst of it, and things are gradually improving now. This is a look at the maximum gusts we had earlier, over 90 in Calgary, 80 Lethbridge through Brooks. All right, for tomorrow, not snow all day, but we do have the potential for isolated pockets of snow that could lead from tonight through tomorrow, 1 to 3 centimeters of it. But again, just more isolated and on and off. 40-kilometer-per-hour gusts tomorrow as opposed to the 90 we had today, so that's an improvement. It will still be cold. I can assure you, you will love the weather next week. We're going to talk more about that coming up.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Danielle. Well, fire badly damaged a house in the southeast Calgary today, and the wind was certainly a factor. It started on the porch of this home in Mahogany, and it quickly climbed up to the roof. No one was home at the time. Crews had a tough time getting enough water on the blaze because of the strong winds.
Often the wind can end up blowing it away from where we want it to go. So that's why we use a combination of the hose lines and the water towers. And again, it can spread very, very rapidly. So that's where it was good instincts from our officer to call that second alarm early, just to make sure we had all the resources on scene, because it doesn't take very long for that fire to spread to neighboring homes.
Crews were able to keep the fire from spreading to neighboring homes. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause. And a grass fire raced through a coulee on the northwest boundary of Calgary this morning. Again, strong wind was a factor there, so Rockview County firefighters called on the Calgary crews to help. Together, they got it under control quickly and no buildings were threatened. The province is streamlining the way Albertans can become educators. 4 new expedited teaching certificates will soon offer some the opportunity to enter the workforce before their degree is done. Tim Brooke has more on the program and why some parents are a little worried.
In a push to get more educators into Alberta classrooms, the province is introducing 4 new expedited teaching certificates. Final year Bachelor of Education students, internationally trained teachers, tradespeople, and certain skilled workers will soon be eligible to enter the workforce as they complete their degree or final coursework.
The expectation is that by September of this year, there will be courses available under this program.
The expedited certificates will be temporary, allowing participants to teach while completing their education. It should make a dent in the province's promise to hire 3,000 new teachers over the next 3 years. But
we're certainly not relying on these certificate pathways as a significant measure in meeting those targets.
Alberta is facing challenges with retainment and recruitment, but some still worry we're rushing the underprepared into a complex situation.
As an organization that supports public education, we have concerns that this would be watering down the profession.
In fact, some groups have even deemed it quantity over quality.
The active part of teaching is relational, and that comes with experience, and that comes with rigorous training in education.
I don't know that we have a shortage of teachers so much that we have teachers who aren't willing to work under this government.
The program is voluntary and all applicants will still be required to complete their course load.
I am confident that the total 10 complement of courses that they will be required to complete before being issued a permanent certificate will set them up for success.
Applications to enter the expedited process open June 1st. And the province says it'll have more to say on other teacher hiring initiatives in the coming weeks. Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
All new teachers will be part of the current collective bargaining agreement. Issues around preferential hiring, seniority, and pay that will be up to the individual school boards. Well, an Alberta man has created a spoof website in reaction to the province's version launched ahead of the fall referendum votes. Stephen Laschuk started working on the website Alberta Referendum 2026.ca on Thursday and launched at noon today. He's doing it as a public interest project, he says, to point out what he calls biased information from the province. Danielle Smith's UCP government launched a website yesterday listing the 9 referenda questions that will be put to Albertans this fall. Each question is paired with background information that is provided by the government.
First news story I saw was something along the lines of new Alberta government website aims to educate people on the referendum questions. And at that point, I was like, no, it doesn't. It's not meant to do that at all, actually. What it's doing is presenting a very narrow slice of parts of the questions.
The 2026 Alberta referendum is scheduled for October 19th. 3 people have been charged after a series of break-ins at Calgary businesses that buy and sell precious metals. Almost $235,000 worth of goods were stolen from 4 businesses in January. Officers executed search warrants on 2 homes on 17th Avenue Southwest and found rare coins, laptop tools, and even human teeth that contained gold or platinum. 2 men and a woman from Calgary are facing charges. Health Canada has new guidance on RSV immunizations for infants, but Alberta currently restricts coverage to high-risk babies. How local doctors are reacting next.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
Doctors are urging the province to give Alberta newborns access to free medication targeting a common illness that is the top cause of infant hospitalization in Canada. Right now, only a small portion of babies are covered despite universal programs in many parts of the world. Alicia Fieldberg reports.
Katrina Bellevance's daughter was 7 weeks old when she caught RSV and was on oxygen in the hospital for 4 days.
Having a tiny infant and watching them struggle to breathe is so scary because you have no idea what that outcome is going to be.
Bellevance hopes others can avoid that traumatic experience. There are options to protect babies which weren't available in Canada when her daughter got sick, but not every infant in Alberta has access. That's why doctors are urging the province to provide free access to a monoclonal antibody shot for all young babies.
Against RSV, it reduces hospitalization and ICU admissions by 80 to 90%.
Respiratory syncytial virus led to 525 hospitalizations of Alberta children under the age of 1 this respiratory illness season. 60 of those babies were in the ICU.
I think it's important that we protect the babies and we reduce the stress on the healthcare system.
Canada's National Advisory Committee on Immunization also strongly recommends a universal RSV immunization program for infants. Most provinces are doing this, but Alberta only offers the preventative shot to high-risk infants.
The majority of babies who land in the hospital because of an RSV infection are healthy, full-term babies.
Though most children recover from RSV, there are concerns about possible long-term effects in newborns.
The biggest worries is that lack of oxygen, especially in those first few months of life, can have detrimental effects.
The province has not committed, saying in a statement to inform future approaches. We have asked the Institute of Health Economics to conduct an Alberta-specific cost-effectiveness and feasibility analysis to guide RSV prevention for future seasons. NACI has already said the cost-preventative RSV shot is generally less than the cost of RSV-related hospitalizations it prevents.
We have something that can prevent that, and the fact that it's not available to me is surprising. It doesn't really make sense.
Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
Another option the National Advisory Committee on Immunization recommends is a Breezeville vaccine, which is offered to mothers late in pregnancy to protect newborns, as opposed to nirsevimab. It's an antibody given to infants. Alberta mothers can choose to get their shot while pregnant at their own cost. Well, new research at the University of Alberta has led to advancements in the battle against Parkinson's disease. The U of A team is now sharing a promising development, a vaccine that can identify a misfolded protein thought to cause Parkinson's disease. The vaccine has been tested in mice, and early results are promising. The immunized mice live 42% longer than untreated animals.
The vaccinated ones, they stay healthy much longer. In the end, they still die from the disease, but
a 40% extension, if you would give this one to a human being, would be tremendous.
On average, 38 people are diagnosed with Parkinson's every day in Canada. Well, the federal government has approved Enbridge's natural gas pipeline expansion in British Columbia. The project includes the addition of about 139 kilometers of new pipeline parallel to the existing line. It will add up to 300 million cubic feet per day of transportation capacity. The government says the increase will help ensure BC has enough gas supply as LNG export facilities come online. Construction is expected to begin this summer. The project is valued at $4 billion. All right, Danielle Savoni is along next with her Skywatch weather forecast. Stay with us.
Well, wind was a huge story today in most communities and blizzard-like conditions as well in others. All right, so before we get into all the details, just a quick look at temperatures. This huge system that the core of it is in Saskatchewan has been drawing in this colder air. That's why we got snow in all communities in southern Alberta today rather than rain, because temperatures are so cold. This is a look at the daytime highs, 2 in Calgary, 1 in Lethbridge, and just below freezing Brooks through Medicine Hat. Here's a look at the maximum wind gusts today, and where we had the gustiest conditions were Calgary up through parts of the QE2 and over towards Cremona. 91 kilometers per hour. That was the max. That was at about 2 in the afternoon. And then after 2 in the afternoon, we were gusting 85 to 75. All right, Red Deer got closer to 90, 80 for Lethbridge and Brooks, and just over 70 in Medicine Hat. Now, in Calgary, we didn't have much snow today. We did have a couple isolated pockets of it, but outside of the city, the snow was a little more intense, especially towards the Trans-Canada, Brooks towards Medicine Hat, combined with the winds. So in some of these spots, it was very, very treacherous because we had visibility down to nothing in just minutes. All right, things are starting to improve, though. They're gradually improving. This is going to take some time, but throughout those overnight hours, the winds will start to let up, and so will a lot of the snow. We're still going to have snow tomorrow, so I'm going to play this through, and you can see as we get through tomorrow, there will still be isolated pockets of snow, but it will be less intense, less frequent, as you can see here. And then by Sunday, we'll have some snow build down the mountains towards Pincher Creek. Pincher Creek could actually see on Sunday 15 centimeters of snow and at least a few centimeters of snow for Lethbridge on Sunday. Calgary, we may get a couple flurries from that, but less of a chance to see that in the city. And then look at Monday. Oh, that's the big story here now. So as things start to gradually improve, you're going to notice a huge difference for next week. Next week will be stable and it will be warm. But we have another couple days of cold before we get there. So -1 is our high tomorrow. Tomorrow winds 40 kilometers per hour. So still windy, but certainly an improvement from the 90 kilometer per hour gusts we had today. Yes, a few flurries are possible tomorrow. Anywhere from 1 to 3 centimeters is possible in the city tonight through tomorrow. No snow on Sunday, but we'll still hold on to the cloud cover and the cold. And then we start our really good increase in temperature. So next week will be stable and we'll continue to climb. So 9 degrees for Tuesday and into the teens by Wednesday, and we'll hold on to those teen temperatures for the rest of the week.
Well, I'm very happy it is warming up. Thanks, Danielle. Well, the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo is in full swing with thousands of people taking over the BMO Centre. However, the wind caused a change of plans for the annual parade, but didn't stop the dance party. Jordan Canagan reports.
With streamers blowing in the heavy wind, the 2026 Calgary Expo officially opens. Cosplayers and comic fans keeping warm and welcoming just some of the celebrities set to appear in Calgary this weekend.
We'll have over 100,000 people come through the show this weekend, which is incredible. We have an incredible lineup of celebrities, many of whom are going to be white-hatted at the ceremony this morning.
From Mandalorian costumes to the mayor dressed up as Mario.
I am Super Mario with the golden wrench and the water pipe. I figured it was appropriate this year.
With many fans traveling to come back year after year, some spending weeks and months on elaborate costumes and art.
We started these as a COVID project, and they've continuously evolved until we've added our 4th Mandalorian. this season.
So yeah, I made this costume. Everything is 3D printed. Of course, he's really, really tall, so it was really hard to make everything fit.
And even without a parade this year, it was no problem for fans.
This event is all about what Calgary's about. Welcoming city where anybody can be themselves. It's great to be able to spend the weekend with a bunch of nerds like me. I'm going to be checking out the anime section. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, going to be chatting with some of the vendors.
Jordan Canigan, CTV News, Calgary.
Stars from the shows like movies like Smallville, Supernatural, Harry Potter and more are still set to appear at the Expo this weekend, and a reunion is also planned for the original 4 Hobbits from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The Expo runs until Sunday night. Well, it is a celebration of all things pets at Spruce Meadows this weekend. Petfest returns for another year with new and returning events. You can expect fan favorites like the Corgi and Dachshund races and a new adults-only night on Saturday. And for the kids, there is plenty of animals to meet up close.
Everything as small as a tarantula up to a large of some of our show horses, which can be quite large. So yes, it's something for everyone, and any sort of flavor that you like with animals, we can find it here at Spruce Meadows.
Organizers are asking people to keep their pets at home and bring something home from a local vendor for them instead. Petfest runs from 10 to 7 tomorrow and from 10 until 5 on Sunday. Lots of fun. Well, happy and in disbelief. Up next, we'll meet the winners of the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery Grand Prize Show Home and get the reaction. Welcome back. The winners of the Foothills Hospital Home Lottery's Grand Prize says it's still sinking in that they won the new home.
She was in the kitchen and I guess my mouth just dropped open and I didn't see a thing.
I'm looking at it and he went, and his mouth went, I couldn't, I just, you can't comprehend it.
Well, Vivian and Eldon Kennedy picked up the keys today to their $3.2 million show Home in Harmony. The couple say they've been buying tickets since the start of the home lottery, but never imagined winning the top prize. A full list of winners can be found at foothillshospitalhomelottery.com. Well, congratulations to them. Calgary families looking to save on children's items will want to stop by the Genesis Centre tomorrow. The Twins, Triplets and More Association of Calgary is hosting the city's largest clothing and gear sale. Shoppers can browse thousands of gently used items, including clothing from baby to teen sizes, along with toys and baby essentials. The sale runs from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and admission is free. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That's all we have. Have a good night.